Hello everyone, this is Tyler with Finding Freedom. Welcome to today's video. I just got out of the hospital. Happy to see you guys. I got out of my cast finally, for anybody that's following me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that. I'm real excited about it. I've been in that thing for about 6 months now. So, I mean, if anybody's been in a cast for a very long time, you know how free that feels, how great it feels just to get air to your skin. But for today's video, what I wanted to do, it's kind of something I went ahead and I wrote a post on Facebook just to kind of do it ahead of time before my appointment, but I definitely wanted to make a video, and I want to kind of give a shout out to my fellow cancer survivors, as well as anybody that's going through it or they're just going through a tough time now. Any kids, teenagers, young adults, anyone like me that was just going through a really tough time. And I mean, for anybody that doesn't know me, just a little backstory on me. Like I said, my name's Tyler Boyden. I've lived in Arkansas almost all my life. Whenever I was 16 years old, before my birthday, I started feeling a bump on my leg. It was on the inside of my knee. It just started to hurt. I mean, honestly, I was working at a grocery store and I thought that I hit it on a cart. So I didn't think too much of it. I mean, I was a boy that went outside a lot. I roughhoused, so I could have hurt it on anything. I didn't think twice about it. And I wasn't one to go to the doctor. I hated going to the doctor. So it lasted for a while. I mean, I was 17 by the time it really started bothering me. I believe it was by the end of September that my mom started seeing me taking about handfuls of ibuprofen, and that's whenever she decided to go ahead and take me to the doctor, because I had a knot on the side of my leg that was about the size of a golf ball, and it was hurting pretty bad. So once we got to the doctor, they had to run all those tests. I had to be stuck in an MRI machine for the very first time in my life. Luckily, they let me listen to the radio while I did it, so that was pretty cool for the very first time. But I was 17 years old for the first time having to go through anything serious like that medically. The only thing I've ever really broken in my life other than that is my other leg. Whenever I was a kid, me and my dad were sledding and we hit a wall while we were in Germany, but that's a whole nother story. Like I said, I've barely done anything to harm myself to have to go to the doctor seriously. And get this, I end up finding out that I have osteosarcoma, bone cancer, on my mom's birthday. I still remember the doctor having to tell us that we're going to have to go up to Children's, get everything set up for chemo, and get all that started. It was really devastating. There's not really anything like it to be told that you have cancer. I mean, there are other things out there that can be just as bad, but whenever you're 17 years old and you're just about to get your life started, I was a senior. Yeah, that was my senior year. I mean, I was getting ready to get my CT done, get ready for college. I was actually starting to get serious with school again, and that hit me. So I mean, I know it's something that's really hard, and for any of you that are going through it currently, I completely understand what you're going through right now, and I feel for you, and I want to let you know that there's other people like you out there. I mean, whenever I got up to Children's, I ended up finding out that the way that they were going to figure out what chemo treatment that I was going on, because they had a brand new treatment, the way that they did it, and I mean, it's not, I completely understand why they did it, but it's just the way that it happened, is the computer flipped a coin to see which treatment I was going to do. So imagine if you were a 7, 8-year-old, 10-year-old kid, and you've ended up finding out that your life was determined by the flip of a coin on a computer to figure out which treatment you were going to go into. So it was either a treatment that they knew everything about, or this brand new test treatment that I ended up having to go into. Luckily, this test treatment, I mean, like I said, I'm not talking any bad about it. Those test treatments definitely help out most cases. The one that I went through helped me out a ton, because I didn't have to go through the harmful radiation that I saw other kids going through, which just broke my heart, because most of the time that just tears up their lungs. I ended up just having to go through chemo for a year. The next October was my last treatment. I actually got to be done in time for my mom's birthday again, so that was really cool. But I've been in remission for 9 years now, but it didn't stop there. Since then, I've learned that chemo, it really does a toll on your body. I mean, my heart's never been the same. My lungs certainly aren't the same. I can tell that I can't do as much physically as I used to without getting seriously tired out. I try as much as I can to work on that, because I know your heart's a muscle. So for anybody out there, if you're feeling weak, you got to make sure to try to keep working on yourself, keep physically active. Even if you're not up to it, try to do a little bit, even just getting up. I mean, I laid in a bed for 2 weeks straight at one point, and honestly, I wish I probably would, if I would have gotten up like the other nurses had wanted me to, just to at least go out and go to the game room, it would have helped me out a ton. So anybody going through this, if you're feeling like you can't go out and do anything because you're going through chemo, know that you can. Go out there and try to connect with friends. There's plenty of people in that hospital. If you're going through chemo now, I promise you that they're the nicest people you'll ever meet, and you'll make a friend. You'll meet somebody that you can really connect with, and that you'll probably make a lifelong partner with. I mean, they're out there. There's plenty of people that are going through the same thing as you. What I'm going through currently is now my leg has broken because it's so brittle from chemo, that I was working at Pizza Hut and it just snapped whenever I slipped. I mean, it wasn't even a big slip. I slipped just a little bit and it just snapped in half. Luckily the rod didn't go through, which was pretty crazy. And I mean, I learned last December, after almost a year of trying to heal it, that it still wasn't healing. That's why I had to be in this other cast for another 6 months, just because they had to take out the last equipment that was put in. I had a whole bunch of metal in my leg. I posted pictures of that on my Facebook page if you ever want to see it. They're a little graphic, just to warn you in case it's a kid or anybody that's going to go and look, because I know that there's plenty of kids going through chemo. So if it's any of you guys, just know that it's showing my leg after surgery and everything, so it does have a big gash in it. But I just want to show you guys that I'm still going through the works with cancer. I mean, it's gone, but it's still affecting me. But I want to get through to you that I'm not letting it get me down. You can't let it get you down, because if you do, then you're not going to continue to heal. Laughter has been proven through science to help you heal. You have to stay positive. I know whenever I was feeling down and in the dumps, and honestly I was feeling a little suicidal, I was starting to get worse and worse. My leg was starting to break down more and more. Since then, since I've started to see the light a little bit more, I've gotten into something that I can really feel ambitious about and I feel a drive for. Find something that you can connect with, either a hobby, or whether it be through some type of work, or if you're going to go and do some volunteering, anything like that, that can really help out mentally and psychologically. That way you can help yourself out, because if you're not trying to help yourself out, you're just going to get more depressed. I need you guys to try to help yourself. Don't do what I did. I laid in a bed for 2 weeks straight at some points. No matter what chemo treatment it was, I laid there in the dark. I mean, if anything, I would have my PSP and I would sit there and watch anime, and I would sit there and wish that I had the courage to talk to somebody. That way I could have a friend in there with me. I mean, I didn't want my parents to be there because I didn't want to feel like a burden to them for having them stay at the hospital all the time, because I knew that they had to go to work, and whenever they went to work that much and had to take me to the hospital and take care of me at the house, I didn't want to have them spending all their free time at the hospital. So I mean, I don't want you guys to feel bad like that. If your family members want to help, accept their help. Don't be afraid to accept help. You guys need to learn that. It's something that I wish that I would have learned early on, and I want to make sure to pass that knowledge on to you, anybody that's watching. we're cancer survivors, people, and you guys going through it, you're going to beat it too. I believe in you. I know that you can do it. If you keep a happy mind frame, I promise you, your body will take you beyond the limits of what you think is possible. It happened for me, and it can happen for you as well. I love you guys. Like I said, for you guys that have beaten cancer, I mean, we pretty much beat death. It was life trying to take us out, trying to kill us, and we told it, no, screw you. It's not going to happen. So for those of you that have already beat cancer, take that motivation and go out in life and kick butt, guys. This is Tyler with Finding Freedom. Thank you guys so much for watching. For anybody that has survived cancer or going through it right now, I believe in you. I love you guys. I'm with you right there. If you ever need any kind of help or anybody to talk to, find me on Facebook. Connect with me down in the comments on YouTube. Find me on Instagram. I'd be happy to talk to you, give you words of encouragement. I mean, I'm trying to practice what I preach, guys. I want you guys to try to get out there and talk to people, because it's going to help yourself. I promise it will. I love you guys. Have a great day, all right? See you later.